So my case against reparations, coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason, and I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So we know that reparations is one of the things in America that black folks are the most loudest, the most vocal about. You know, people all over the world knows about black people's plight and the cry for reparations. But as I said before, I'm completely and totally opposed to reparations. And basically there's really four main reasons why I am opposed to reparations. Now, the first reason why I'm opposed to reparations is that really and truly America doesn't owe them. Now, I know people are falling out their seats now, but hear me out. Now, black folks will cry about, 400 years worth of free labor. We love our 400 years. And the thing is that America didn't get slaves for free, right? They bought the slaves from Africa. Okay, no white person docked in ships on Africa, got off the boat, went into the midland, the mainland, inside of Africa, abducted black people and bought them the ships. No, they bought the slaves from other black people. So they paid for that labor, right? And then those slaves, those white folks who bought the slaves, put them on ships, shipped them to America, and then turned around, sold them to other white people. So people actually paid for the slaves. Now, those people who owe reparations to black people, if any, would be Africa. Because Africa was the ones, blacks in Africa abducted blacks and sold them to the white man. So if anyone owes black people reparations in the United States of America, it's it's Africa, excuse me. Now, the number two reason why I'm opposed to reparation is because black people today are owed none. Now, even though America really truly, you can make a case don't owe blacks any reparations, but however, the government did make a mandate in a law to give reparations to newly freed slaves. So that's neither here or there. The problem is that those reparations were to be paid out to slaves, people who actually were slaves in America. Well, there's nobody alive today in this country that was ever a slave in America. So therefore, nobody is deserving of any reparations, including black people. Name me a black person who was ever a slave in this country. The answer to the question is none of them. So no black person deserves reparation because no black person was ever a slave. Now I know what they're going to say. Well, what about the Asian reparations? They got the reparations, and the Jewish people got reparations. Well, the Japanese reparations were paid out to Japanese Americans who actually spent time in internment camps, 60,000. Okay, the other 60,000, so Japanese Americans who spent time in internment camps and who died before the reparations were paid out, didn't get anything. So only those Japanese Americans who personally spent time in internment camps and that were still alive got reparations. Same thing with the Jews. The Jewish people got reparations mostly from Germany. And basically because Germany exterminated them. Marched them off the concentration camps and exterminated 6 million of them, as the story goes. So Germany owed the reparations to the Jewish people, and Germany are the ones who paid it. Now, I know people say, well, we give aid to Israel. Well, yeah, we do give aid to Israel, but we give aid to many nations. That's not just something to say against Israel, because we're not just giving Israel federal aid, federal funding from our federal government. Okay, now the number three reason why I'm completely and totally opposed to reparations is because, well, the black community is just simply not ready for reparations, even if we get it. Now, most black people, well, decent black folks, maybe, sure, they could benefit us, but not ghetto-minded black people. The last thing that you want to do is put money in the hands of niggas. And that will be the equivalent of you putting loaded guns in the hand of a bunch of children playing cops and robbers. That's how dangerous that would be. And I've often said before that money doesn't change people. All money is going to do is just make people more of what they already are. And if ghetto and niggers are nothing but destructivity, then you're just going to be funding more destructivity. And is that really what we want? I don't. Do we want more destructivity amongst blacks? I can't see how anybody would want it. Maybe the real white supremacists who want to really eliminate black people, quote unquote. But we don't want that type of nonsense that will bring. Now, if we as black people, as I've always said, stop worrying about what white folks are doing and let's worry about what black people are doing, and we get a very unified effort of eradicating that ghetto mentality, then I would be for reparations. It would definitely help the black community, but then we wouldn't need it because black folks will be prosperous. I mean, any black person in America who has a desire to do something, who has the plan to enact it, and they basically enact that plan, can be successful in this country. So we really truly as black people don't need reparations. Now the last reason why I'm opposed to reparations is restoration to what? Right? If we as black people came to this country as slaves, then what can they restore us to but slavery? You know, it's not like the Asians, right, or the Japanese Americans. Okay, when they were here, they were free as citizens before they were forced to go into internment camps because of the war effort, fearing that they would be more loyal to the emperor and try to sabotage the war effort. You know, the Jews in Germany, Nazi Germany, they were free citizens before they were marched off to the concentration camps. So restoration to them will be to return them to free citizens. Well, black people are already free citizens in this country. Now, obviously, there are other things that we would have to bring up, such as the logistics. I talked about that before, the logistics of paying out slaves, paying reparations out to black people, trying to determine who actually was a slave and how much they should get. Also, again, black folks just simply don't need them because any black person in America that wish to be successful can easily do it by going out there and doing what it takes to be successful. Anyway, this is my 2 cents on the whole reparations things. And I know there'll be people who disagree. Hey, I'm always open for disagreement, but you better come with logical, factual arguments or it's going to be destroyed. But anyway, y'all, as always, thank y'all for joining me. And as always, until next time.